We bounced a little bit off the grass there. Ooh, not a lot of throttle. Let's commit to a climb. Climbing up over to the west. Bit of right aileron, right rudder. Throttle is absolutely pinned at full as I come past the windsock from the ground's perspective below the sun, heading out to the left, keeping that throttle pinned throughout this whole turn, tightening it up, leveling my wings, heading out over the swampy area. Going up and down a little bit. Full throttle, heaps of rudder in that turn, and then come back over the strip for a touch and go. Turning right, nice and tight, wings level, throttle back, rudder. Touchdown, full throttle, beautiful touch and go. Left rudder, keeping that speed on. Oh, lost a lot of height there. Left bank. Let's climb right up. It's going to take a little while to get the climb that I need, but that's okay, we can commit to it. So when I turn left, there's a bit of a torque roll into a dive, which is not ideal. Don't really know where that's coming from. Haven't really experienced that before, but there it is there as a action. As I roll left, nose tightens up. Alright, this time I'm going to prepare myself for a touch and go towards the north. Cutting that throttle, turning right, holding that elevator, reducing that throttle, throttle back, just a small bump on that grass hill there, not really that great. Left rudder, throttle off, simulated emergency. Would I make it over the fence? Throttle on. Climbing before I initiate my turn. Turning, tightening it up with the rudder. Throttle off to 0. Let's get an emergency practice in. Full stop. Taking off. A little bit of left rudder. We're up. Slow climb rate today. Really perfect conditions. Right rudder assisting that turn. Climbing up. Committing to that climb. I want to spend as much time in this climb as possible to have a minute on the clock. So I'm going to climb for a complete minute and let's just get an idea of what kind of altitude we're gaining. You can see the plane's really working hard to get that altitude and I'm just having to be extremely patient. Towards the south now. Shallow turns will help climb. Losing a bit of altitude in that turn. Pulling back on the elevator in the high stall stick position. Continuing to climb throughout this pass over the north. And looked away momentarily and it yawed to the left. So I do think this motor needs a bit of down thrust angle and a bit of right thrust angle, and something that I might actually play with today to try to get this dialed in. Because if we continue to climb, when I cut the throttle, I want to use the horizon as a reference to see how the aircraft's trimmed and what the response of cutting that throttle does. As I approach my last 2 seconds of climbing, throttle off. Let's see, the plane looks like it's diving. Full throttle into a loop. Stall. Turning around. Let's do a nice landing towards the north. Lost a lot of altitude really quick. Took a minute to gain, seconds to lose. Tightening it up. Throttle back. Left rudder. Throttle back even more. Increase that throttle just to give me that control I needed to land. Taking off again. We're up. Not loving the climb rate, but I've got to get used to it. This time I'm going to land over the hill, nice and low, and roll out towards the south. Let's have a look. Got it under control, just.